It's not good. Can't do a YouTube video with no nail polish on. My favorite snackers, crackers. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I thought today I would share what's in my pantry and kind of my staples. I don't really have a pantry. I live in a really small studio apartment and my kitchen's back there, and yeah, I have more of like a shelf. So it's not really a pantry, but if I had a pantry, these things would be in there. And they're kind of, they're kind of like my staples and my go-tos, superfoods and grains and canned things and certain items that I like to have on hand at all times, you know, just in case, because I do make a lot of recipes. You can buy like most of these things in bulk and save a little bit of money. I know Whole Foods is a good option for that. That's pretty much the only one I know of like around here, but I know there's places online like Amazon or Bulk Foods, or I forget what they're called, but yeah. Let's get to it. I will start out with grains first. My number one thing that I always have on hand is oats. I love oats. These are rolled oats. They're gluten-free. They're from Trader Joe's. They come in like a 2-pound bag and they're super cheap. And oats are great to have, you know, for breakfast, for oatmeal. I love to add them just like this to smoothies, or like I'll cook the oats and then add it to a smoothie. I like to grind it up into a flour in my blender and then use it as like a gluten-free flour for baking, or you know, for cookies. I have like a muesli cookie recipe that I can link below. They're a great way to add fiber, and they have a lot of good vitamins and minerals, so they're just really versatile. And yeah, love to have these. You can also make your own granola, which I have yet to do, and like granola bars and snack bars and that stuff, so love to have these on hand. And then the next grain that I have pretty much every single day is brown rice, and I love this brown rice, organic brown short grain rice from Lundberg. I don't know if that's focusing. Yeah, Lundberg. And I've like tried a bunch of different brown rice products. I don't know, brands. And this one is really my favorite. I find if I buy the Whole Foods brand one that's the short grain like this, it tends to burn, and like that's just really annoying. Even if you follow the directions, and like it tends to burn. So I don't know. I know obviously I could like cook it shorter, but I'm not always paying attention because I just like have it on, you know, cooking on the stove while I'm doing other things. So this one is definitely reliable. I know you can buy like the quick cook brown rice and stuff, but because this one takes a while, it takes like 40 to 45 minutes, but I find it really takes more like 35 to 40 unless you have a rice cooker. It can be tricky to cook it sometimes. I don't have a rice cooker. I have no room for that. And I just make like one big batch of brown rice at the beginning of the week, and then it will last me, you know, all throughout the week. And I love to add it to anything. Adding it to salads to help you feel more full. Definitely at dinner I'll make like my favorite global, I like to call it, with brown rice and like roasted vegetables, and I'll even put some kale on the bottom, and then I'll put like the hot cooked brown rice on top, and it kind of softens the kale and makes it more edible and more tasty. And I'll add it to soups and chili and Yeah, you can add it to anything pretty much. It's just a great filler, and it's also gluten-free, of course. And also I'll have the quinoa on hand too. I don't eat quinoa as much. I don't know. I don't make it as much, even though it's quicker, but it is quite expensive. I think this bag is probably like $7 or $8 compared to the brown rice is like $4. So I like quinoa too, and I'll switch it up, and quinoa is a complete protein, as I'm sure many of you know. So it has all of the essential amino acids and good whole grains, good source of fiber. I have like a bunch of recipes with quinoa and brown rice on my blog if you want to get some good vegan recipes. Any other grains? Those are like pretty much all of the grains that I keep. I don't eat a lot of pasta unless I'm like out at a restaurant or something. I like to stick with like the whole foods that are not processed. I know pasta is processed, but yeah, on occasion I'll definitely eat it. Or like if I just want a quick, warm, comforting dinner, I'll eat my vegan mac and cheese, which is really good. I'll link that below. And I usually use like macaroni noodles for that. So that's it for grains. Now we can move on to the canned foods. The only canned things that I buy really are beans. On occasion I'll buy like canned corn because it's way easier than like cooking the corn and then having to like slice it off. Yeah, like maybe in the summer if I'm at my family's lake house and we're grilling corn, that's like completely different. But you know, here in the city I don't have a grill, obviously. Just for convenience, just for convenience, I sometimes buy the canned things. So this is the Trader Joe's brand, and this is the Whole Foods brand. This is black beans and cannellini beans, and that's mostly like the kind of beans that I buy. I can't really eat chickpeas. For some reason they like hurt my stomach, so I've found that like black beans and the white northern beans and these cannellini beans are fine for me to eat. And these are obviously a great protein source for vegans. If you eat beans with brown rice, it makes it a complete protein. So if you are, you know, concerned at all about that, beans and rice is like honestly the perfect meal. You can add some salsa and like avocado to it, some taco spices, and maybe like some romaine lettuce, and you have a perfect little like taco bowl that takes 5 minutes if you already have the brown rice cooked, obviously. These are already cooked. You just have to drain them really well, rinse them really well, make sure all that like weird slimy stuff is off of it. It's not really weird, it's just sea salt and water that they use in it to keep it fresh. But yeah, rinse that off and you'll rinse off all of the extra salt and stuff. Yeah, you can also buy these in bulk, but again, for convenience, the canned option is good. I like to buy the organic ones, because organic is always a better option. In Trader Joe's, that's like a can is less than $1, so it's okay to like use the convenient options. Next up, we will do some of my favorite superfoods. There's obviously a bunch of them, and I talk about them all the time on my blog, in my blog posts and stuff, but my two favorite like main superfoods are chia seeds and hemp seeds. And I obviously need some more of these hemp seeds, but yeah, I like to keep them in a mason jar so they stay fresh. These already have a good seal, but chia seeds, I love these. I try to have them like 4 times a week at least, and I'll usually make a chia seed pudding. I actually have some in the fridge right now. You mix 4 tablespoons, so like a 1/4 cup of chia seeds with 1 cup of liquid. So sometimes I'll do a 1/2 cup of almond milk and then a 1/2 cup of water. just to make it a little creamier, add some flavor. You mix it up really good and then you put it in the fridge. Make sure it's covered for a few hours, maybe like, I don't know, sometimes it's 2 to 4 hours about, depending on like how much you're making. But chia seeds are a really great source of protein and a good source of fat. They have a ton of vitamins, a ton of minerals, sort of like a nutrient powerhouse kind of food. They pack in a lot of antioxidants and calcium and fiber, and the good omegas. Yeah, you can add it to salads, you can make chia pudding like I'm making, you can add it to smoothies, you can add it to baked goods. It's a good like binding agent. If you make chia gel, you just mix 3 tablespoons of water with 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and it forms like a gel, sort of like an egg. So it's a good vegan source if you're baking for an egg replacement. So yeah, I love chia seeds. They really fill you up. And then we have hemp seeds. These are amazing. They're also like a nutrient powerhouse superfood. They're a really great source of vegan protein. They have 10 grams of protein per 3 tablespoons, a ton of vitamins, a ton of minerals, a ton of good fats, fiber, no sodium, low sugar. I add them to salads all the time, like literally every time pretty much. I'll add them to smoothies, I'll add them over soup, I'll add them to dressing. Like yesterday I just put out a new recipe on the blog, a vegan kale Caesar salad, and in the dressing the base was the hemp seeds. So if you blend it up with like lemon juice, and I'll put the recipe or the link below, but lemon juice and garlic and apple cider vinegar and hemp seeds and I forget what else was in it, but it turns it into like a creamy dressing. So yeah, love hemp seeds, add them to everything. I thought I would add a couple more things in here, some snacks, because these would be in my pantry if I had a pantry. My favorite crackers. Crackers. My mom introduced me to these a couple years ago actually, and I had never heard of them before, but I was vegan at the time and she got them for me because it said organic and vegan, and she was sweet and got me them. So these are the Mary's Gone crackers in the jalapeno flavor. I got them on sale at Whole Foods a couple days ago. These are amazing. They are full of flax seeds and good whole grains like quinoa and brown rice and sesame seeds, and they even have seaweed in them. So they're spicy, which I love spicy, but if you don't, they have like just original plain ones. They have herb ones. They have, you know, a few different flavors, but these are my favorite cracker. I also always have like nuts and seeds on hand. Right now I just have these almonds from Whole Foods that I got. You can obviously buy these in bulk too, but if you're making your own almond milk, if you're making, you know, some kind of dessert, or you just want a snack, like I just put out a sprouted trail mix recipe on the blog a couple weeks ago, so I'll put that below too. I always soak them in water overnight, so it like activates all of the enzymes in there to make them easier to digest and kind of plumps them up, and like they're not as dry, and so your body can absorb the vitamins and minerals. And I also have like sunflower seeds, and I usually have cashews on hand too. So I'll soak all of those just to make it, you know, easier to digest and absorb all of the good stuff. Oh, one more thing, I forgot. This is also in my shelf. It's the Better Body Foods PBfit chocolate peanut butter powder. This stuff is amazing. As you can see, it's almost gone. I use it all the time. Sometimes at night, if I want like a sweet treat but don't feel like making anything, all you do is mix this with water and it turns into like peanut butter. So this is amazing because it's the defatted powder, so all of the fat in peanuts is removed and then they turn it into this powder. Yeah, it's a processed, product, but it's amazing. You can add it to smoothies for like a chocolate peanut butter taste, to baked goods. You can use, this to replace peanut butter, so you have like a lower fat option. That is it for my pantry staples. Obviously there's other things like, balsamic vinegar and apple cider vinegar, pasta sauce if I'm making pasta. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do what's in my fridge. I already have that post on my blog, but it's kind of fun to see like what's actually in the fridge and in the freezer. So let me know if you want to see that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!